Hi there, I'm coming to you here with Friday's Food for Thought, where we're going to dive into my second dish that I would invite to my deathbed. And that's going to be me getting into Pizzeria here in the Knoxville area. So, this is something that's very passionate to me, nostalgic to me. I used to spend a lot of time in the New York City, Long Island area, and I spent a lot of time as a young chunker walking around the corner to a spot called Pizza Amore, getting my slices, and I just fell in love with that style of pizza. So let's talk about Jaboni's. So in particular, I'm talking the Jaboni's that's in West Knoxville. It opened up, I don't know, probably a couple months ago at this point. And this is my family pizza spot, right? Not like my on the go spot. This is my family spot. And that's because they don't have a slice window there. That's really my biggest strike against them. I'm a slice window guy. I can go in, stare at the window, point, shoot, out the door. Beautiful thing. They don't have that there. They do slices, but you don't get to look at the window and get excited about what's there. It's my only strike that I have about this place. But for a family destination, I love going there, getting a pie, a little side of this, a little side of that, and it's a great place to have casual dining. So let's dive into the pizza. Again, Jaboni's. This is the one on Kingston Pike near Westtown Mall. So let's dive into the pizza and how I'm going to judge a place. One, if you're saying you're New York style, you're obviously going to have a Neapolitan. That's the thin crust. Maybe you're going to have a Sicilian pie. That's the thicker, more airy crust. And if you really want to get some cool points from me, you got the Grandma's Sicilian, which is kind of like an in-between crust, but a little more hearty as far as the sauce is concerned, with some fresh herbage. So let's start breaking this down and why I love Jaboni's and why I think they have the best representation of a New York style pie. And that starts off with the Neapolitan. I'm always going to judge it based off of just a plain chili slice. You got crust, you got sauce, you got cheese, right? My only downfall of this is, and some people may not agree with me, little heavy on the cheese. It's about balance, right? The crust coming out of the oven is just the way that it should be. A little bit of texture, a little bit of chew, thin. Their sauce, it's the best sauce that there is. It's not too acidic. It's perfectly balanced. It's got its purpose to just add a little bit of brightness of flavor, but not overpower and not just be overly sweet or overly acidic like a lot of other pizza places are. So their sauce is perfect, and their cheese, like I said, just a little heavy for me. But if I got to complain about too much cheese, that's just a personal preference. I'm not holding it against them. So their Neapolitan slice is on point. Then they have the regular Sicilian. This one here is not my favorite from this place, but it's still solid. And what's nice about the any kind of Sicilian slice is it's a little bit thicker. So if you're a thicker pizza type of guy or gal, this one's gonna be your thicker slice. It's meant to have this crunchy crust base, but then it's got the airiness. So you got different types of textures to it, and then it's got that great sauce and the cheese and whatever toppings you want. But my mothership, and I said, if you have this, then you gain major cool points with me. That is the Grandma Sicilian. The crust is kind of like an in between. It's not as thick as the Sicilian, not as thin as the Neapolitan. So this one again has the dueling textures because it is a little thicker. But the sauce here, it's like a hearty sauce, big time flavors. Again, even though it's hearty, it's well balanced. It's not overly acidic. It's not overly sweet. It's just so well balanced. Heartier sauce, cheese, and of course, they finish it off with fresh basil. So you get that heartiness of the tomatoes, you get that herbiness of the basil, you get perfect crust that's like an in between, and that is my trifecta there of the three styles of pizza that are worth talking about. So outside of that, from a family, outing, they have things called Timmy sticks. That's another one. They use the Grandma Sicilian crust, heavy garlic, olive oil, cheese. This is like your cheesy bread. And what I love about this is they've got like another type of sauce that perfectly pairs up with it. And then we always get the fried calamari. Kind of boring, but what I love about it is they do cook it right. It's not overly cooked. It's not undercooked. I think it's just cooked just right. And then outside of that, well, I was a little disappointed this last time. They got rid of the legs. I'm that weirdo who likes the legs. They're like looking at you, or dangling at you. I don't know. I just felt they soaked up sauce better. What I loved about their calamari there, the calamari itself is good. But again, they have another sauce that's heartier, perfectly balanced, has a little bit of spice to it, and it just pairs so well with that basic fried calamari. So what do I get when I go there? Neapolitan pie, maybe some Grandma Sicilian, fried calamari, Timmy sticks. That's me in a nutshell. So that's Jaboni's, right? Now that's just the family style. Like I like to go out with the family. Jaboni's, West Knoxville, get a pie. Great place to be. If you do go there for lunch, they do have some lunch specials where you can do slices, pair it up with the salad, pair it up with something else. So it is a nice place to have a quick bite for lunch. I'm not judging them because they don't have the slice bar. Well, not too much anyways. Because the slice bar gives you the twice bake, little extra crunch to the crust. That said, I'm starting to ramble. Listen, if you like pizza, you want to try something out and you haven't been there yet, you have to check out Jaboni's. And in this case, I'm talking about West Knoxville, Kingston Pike, near West Town Mall. It's worth a try.